Andrew Rubino, and welcome to another episode of Hingham Sports Tonight. Tonight, I'm joined by my co-host, Matt Astrew. Matt, thanks for joining us tonight. This past fall at Hingham High School, we want to start us off with the girls' soccer.
Yeah, busy season in the fall for Hingham Sports. Girls soccer had a great season. They won the Division II championship. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it was an awesome season. The regular season, the girls did not lose a game. They went undefeated with only 3 ties and 19 wins, and they went into the D2 state tournament as the number 1 seed, and were definitely one of the favorites to come out and win the state tournament. It was a Tuesday night game, really cold, Matt. They played the South Sectional against Scituate.
Yeah, they rode that momentum of an undefeated season, beat Scituate 5-1. Nice goals from Eve Hewins.
Yeah, that was a great game, 5-1. Then they went and played Arlington in the state title game for the D2 state championship. It was a freezing night down at Marshfield High School, but it was 1-0 to start for most of the first half. And then right before the half closed, Emily Rosso had a great goal to make it 1-1. Then in the second half, Eve Hewins came down with about 10 minutes left and put in a goal in. The Hingham High crowd really got into it, thinking we had the game sealed thanks to Eve. Arlington did answer with about 3 minutes left, and then no need to fear, though. Eve Hewins is here. 3-2. She put us up with about less than a minute left. Time ran out, and the Hingham girls were D2 state champions. What an exciting time.
Yeah, a great time for the community. The whole high school was talking about it for weeks. You mentioned Eve Hewins. She was one of just many great young players that Hingham had. Caroline Harkins, Emma Burley, and Emily Rosso also led the team. Great senior captains also led the team. Bino, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, the senior captains, Kelly Blair, a defenseman, Carly Baggett, a defenseman, and Julia Patterson, a forward, were all great leaders of the team. Julia, along with Eve, they scored a majority of the goals. Julia was such a great powerhouse. Everybody called her the machine because she put in so many goals. She's going on to play college soccer at Bowdoin next year, and Carly Baggett, one of the other captains, will play at Bucknell. Both great players and will be missed, but next year the team should be just as strong with some of the returning players.
Yeah, we got some great returning players, a lot of freshmen. I mentioned those above. Eve Hewins will be back next year. She was the leading scorer, a junior player. It should be a good season next year. Yeah,
and the captains next year will be goalie Amy Kirk, who, by the way, played amazing in all the state tournament games, not giving up many goals. Kelly Morrissey will be another captain, and last but not least, everyone's favorite, Katie Sullivan, the defenseman. There'll definitely be a good year for Hingham High girls next year, their soccer team.
Yeah.
Then to talk about the boys, Matt, I mean, pretty interesting year.
Yeah, they had an 8-7-3 regular season record. They barely snuck into the playoffs, but they kind of had a Cinderella run. They went just one game from the championship. Yeah. You want to tell us about that, Bino?
Yeah, they went and they snuck into the tournament. Actually, in their very first game, they went into penalty shootouts and won that game, and then went all the way to the D2 South Sectional final, Matt. Actually losing 1-0 to Oliver Ames, but it was a pretty exciting time because the boys and girls had playoff games at the same time, and unfortunately for the boys, they couldn't go as far as the girls, but it was a Cinderella story, and all the boys were really excited just to be a part of it.
Yeah, that team was led by a lot of great seniors. Aiden Ryan, TJ Winter, and Clark Riccadelli really led the team. Also, Brendan Layeff, the junior, Drew Hickey, Owen Murray, their sophomores, they had great seasons, scored a ton of goals for the team.
Yeah, Tommy Welch also contributed as a freshman. It was pretty amazing watching him out there.
Yeah, pretty good year for soccer.
Yeah, that was. And next year, the captains of the team will be Brendan Layeff and goalie Jack Noonan. Everybody's excited to see how the team will be next year because although they are losing some seniors, they do have some great returning young players, similar to the girls' team.
Yep. Speaking of good returning players, the football team will have a lot of good returning players. Although they had a difficult season, having a 2-9 record, they should be pretty good next year. They'll have a new coach after Paul Killinger stepped down. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, Coach Killinger as well as Coach Perkins decided to step down, but next year with senior captains Jeffrey Bearden, a lineman, Peter Murphy, a lineman, and Kevin Shore, a safety and a wide receiver, they'll definitely look to lead the team as well as a sophomore class as well next year.
Yeah, it should be a good year. The captains next year will have good seasons. Kevin Shore plays strong safety. Peter Murphy and Jeffrey Bearden will be good in the trenches next year.
Yeah, it's just an exciting time because with the new coaches, the kids will look to just play well, and it will be a really exciting time. So that was a great fall for Hingham High, but let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going on with the winter teams.
Yeah, the hockey team has had a solid start to the year. They have a 7-5-1 record. Big win early in the year, highlighted by a big victory at CM 4-1.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play down in Catholic Memorial's barn, as they want to call it, and they went down 4-1 victory, led by the second line, Billy McNally, a junior, Matt DeMillis, and Matt Egan. They're a pretty standout line for them.
Yeah, you touched on it. That line has really carried the team next year. They have a couple big games coming up too. Next week they're versus Acton, Boxborough, and Duxbury, the big rival. Those are some big games. We need those wins to carry some momentum to the Super 8. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, Monday the 26th, they're going to play Duxbury at home at Pilgrim Arena. That will be a really big game. We want to get some fans there because the more wins and the quality wins that Hingham High has, the more of a chance they have to build their Super 8 resume and get into the state tournament. And it would be an exciting time if the Hingham teams would be able to do it because they are ranked pretty high in the top 10 in the state right now. So
yeah, 8 right now. Another team trying to clinch a playoff berth is boys basketball. They had a devastating preseason injury to captain Andrew Staley. That's really hurt the team this year. They have a 3-8 record, but they had a big win yesterday versus Silver Lake. Bino, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it was an exciting game. Hingham was up 15 in the fourth quarter. Silver Lake didn't matter to come back and hit a three-pointer with a minute left. Kid for Silver Lake went to the line and missed a free throw. Hingham got the rebound, went down, and Andrew Spaziani put in a rebound and tip in to give us the win at the buzzer. It was a pretty exciting game, and looking to get back on track. 3-8, but we feel like we can make a run and get into the playoffs. Should be an exciting time for the basketball team as well.
Yeah, Jack Hearn and Andrew Spaziani, the two remaining captains other than Staley, have really helped carry the team this year. Another team trying to clinch a playoff berth, girls basketball. They're enjoying a solid start to the year, 6-4. Bino, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, Haley Bossetti and Sydney Bossetti, the two Bossetti sisters. Haley's only a freshman, but starting at point guard and playing excellent. And Sydney's a really good slasher to the rim, and she's averaging more than 10 points a game. Really exciting stuff. And Abby Landry is was only a sophomore starting at center for Hingham. It's pretty impressive how much young talent they have, and that they have a winning record right now. It's pretty awesome.
A lot of young talent throughout the whole system of Hingham. You got a lot of young freshmen on sophomores, boys soccer, boys hockey, boys basketball has a couple freshmen as well as girls basketball. It will be a pretty good year next year as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially for boys hockey too. Jeff Gordon, Jack Hennessy, Matt Egan, and Matt DeMillis are all sophomores, as well as Billy McNally Jr. are 5 of the 9 starting forwards for the team. So it's really exciting to see their development and make a Super 8 run, hopefully this year as well as next year. And it's just an exciting time to be a Hingham High School student with all the great sports that we have. It's really
a lot to look forward to next year. Good year this year.
Yeah, go root on all the winter's teams, whether it be boys basketball, girls basketball, or the Hingham High boys hockey team. Some exciting stuff, and please join us in the spring when we recap the winter as well as give you updates on the spring Hingham High teams. Matt, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Bino. It was good.
Awesome stuff. So please check out our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, and see us in the spring when we will bring you all kinds of updates on Hingham High sports. Thank you.